Hello everybody, this is Principio25, and in this video I want to share with you my thoughts about YouTube gatherings, what they're like today, and more importantly, my vision of what a really impressive YouTube gathering might be. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I've never been to a YouTube gathering. What I know about them, I know only because I've seen footage on YouTube. From what I can see, it looks like it's a lot of fun. Definitely something I'd like to be a part of. At the same time, I feel like the event revolves around what some people have called the A-list on YouTube. The A-listers, meaning the people who have thousands and thousands of subscribers, the most popular. I get the sense that the YouTube gathering, as much fun as I know it is a reproduction of the celebrity culture that we already have. And because it's like that, I don't think it reflects an essential reality of the YouTube community. And that essential reality, from my very best understanding, is that everybody is a star. And what I mean by that is that everybody has at least the chance to be seen by many people. Okay, anybody can put up a video that will be seen at least 100 times within the course of 2 days if they want to. I think we can design a YouTube gathering where this reality is reproduced in a way that's dramatic and interesting. And so my idea for a very impressive YouTube gathering is as follows. Once a year or every 2 years, we take over a movie theater complex. Okay, that's right, a movie theater complex where people watch mainstream movies. And so for one day we take it over, and instead of watching regular blockbuster movies, we would watch ourselves. How would we do that? Well, we would put together these hour-and-a-half to 2-hour long montages where every video blogger has a 30-second slot, and we would make as many of these films as necessary to include everybody who has ever shown their face on YouTube. Now, when I say everyone, I mean only people who have met these 3 criteria. 1, they have their own YouTube channel. 2, they've shown their own face on their own channel intentionally. And 3, they are willing to show their face on a big screen. So in addition to these montages, which would be the main event, we can also put together some kind of an award ceremony to recognize the good work that has been put on YouTube and the talent. We probably ought to have some kind of a panel, mostly of users who can go around searching for real talent, because a lot of times talent and popularity are really not the same thing. Sometimes a talented person is popular, sometimes not. And so that requires attention. I want to emphasize also that, like the main event, the award ceremony ought to be really inclusive. And what I mean by that is we ought to have lots of different awards, lots of winners. Of course, all of this would only be in addition to the main event, which would be you. And I cannot emphasize that enough, because you are the star. Before I move on, I want to articulate why having an event like this would be beneficial for the YouTube community and for the commercial success of the website. Let's start with the YouTube community. Now, the real power and advantage of this event is in its inclusiveness. Okay, when your aim is to show everybody on the big screen, all of a sudden everyone has a stake in this project, and so it becomes much easier to rally a large part of the community, much easier than it is at the moment. And so when you're able to rally a bigger portion of the community obviously gets a lot stronger. Now, for the commercial success of the YouTube website, For every person that shows up at the movie theater to watch him or herself on the big screen, there will probably be about 2 or 3 relatives that will come along with that person, 2 or 3 friends who may have never heard of the YouTube website and will all of a sudden be exposed to this world. And so this is, of course, aside from all the media attention that an event like this would draw onto itself. And the final outcome of the event would more likely than not be that the number of YouTube accounts or channels would skyrocket within a day or two after the event, or even before the event. Now for logistics. Let's start with funding. Now, the most important thing to be said in all of this is that where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, now having said that, here's a few suggestions that I think might be worth exploring. I hear a lot of talk about, oh, let's get Coca-Cola to put their name all over this. And I suppose that would be a good idea, except why not reach out to some of our more natural allies, like the people in the computer industry and in multimedia electronics, Apple computers, Sony, Logitech, Microsoft. They're really the ones who made all this stuff possible. People buy computers these days just to be part of this new medium. And so I think they're the obvious people to reach out to. They would certainly help us with the funding and with the coordination of the event, and in exchange they'll get to put their name all over it, and maybe they can even display some of their products at the event. Who knows? But there's a second logistical issue, and that is, as many of us probably already know, a webcam movie will probably not display very well on a movie theater screen. But I would suggest that we not worry about the quality of the image. It's the idea that's the most important, and as long as we can get the point across that you are on the big screen and you are a star, it's good enough. A final note on the vision that I've just put forward. The most important thing to remember is that watching ourselves on the big screen is a good way to understand what YouTube has actually done. Okay, uploading a video onto YouTube is a lot like being screened at the movies for a day. And so an event like this would be historic because it would help us to understand that, and it would help us to grasp how this technology is changing us personally, how it's changing our culture and our society. And so with that, I will conclude. I look forward to getting lots of feedback from you guys about this. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'll see some of you at the next YouTube gathering in New York City on July 7th. So be well.